All right, first time trying one of these walk and talks. So we'll see how it goes. It feels a little weird, a little self-conscious, but that gets into my point for today. I'm going to call this series Things I Wish I Knew That I Want to Tell My Daughters. Messages to my daughters. Lessons for my daughters, I'll say. Seanisms. So the first one is, don't care what other people think. And that doesn't mean to be inconsiderate of others. You need to be considerate and kind to other people, but don't let what other people think about you control your life. I was thinking back on my time since I was little up to now, and I remember when I was younger, I was much more uninhibited in a good way. I felt like I was much braver and was willing to do things without even a thought. Like things that nowadays I would sort of second guess myself about. Or, yeah, an example was when I was a kid, grandpa, he worked for AT&T, and at the time, Walt Disney World, Epcot, Spaceship Earth was sponsored by AT&T. So when I was a kid, I was probably maybe, eight or nine, when we would take family to Disney World and my parents wouldn't be there, or friends, but I'd be along for the ride. We would go to Spaceship Earth, and I would go up to the AT&T representative as a kid and say, "Hi, my father used to work for AT&T, and he's retired now," and give them the whole spiel about what he used to do and stuff. And me as a kid, they would take us up to the Spaceship Earth lounge for AT&T employees, which they weren't really. I mean, they probably were doing it because I was a kid and they wanted to be nice, but technically they didn't have to, right? You have to show an AT&T ID and all those things. But yeah, so it just made me think I've changed a lot. I don't know when that change happened, but don't let people, what they think of you, control your life. That's something I'm learning to do now. It's something I've struggled with a lot, is what do other people think? And honestly, most people don't care. They're so consumed with their own lives. And if they are thinking about you and it's not in a positive way, if it's in a petty or negative way, then they're not worth your time anyways. So yeah, don't let people control you based on what they think. I know, Mari, you mentioned the other day to me that somebody said that you were crazy, and I told you being crazy is a good thing. The crazy ones are the ones who change the world. I'd rather be crazy than average, and that's something that I've told myself. But crazy in a good way, crazy in a kind-hearted way, right? So yeah, that's one of your father's first lessons for you. Don't let other people and the way they think control who you are and run your life. And if you can learn that early on and still be considerate and kind-hearted, then I think you're gonna be set up for a very happy life. All right, love you all. See ya.